cheer services is over as of this moment. Over. Finito. God, it's like every time we come with something, here y'all come stealing it, trying to put blonde hair on it and calling it something different. We've had one of the best squad around for years, but no one's been able to see what we can do. Oh, but you better believe all that's going to change this year. I'm captain, and I guarantee you we're going to make it to nationals. So just hand over the tape that you made tonight. We'll call it even for now.
We don't have any tape.
Really, we just came to see the show. What? Come on, Isis, let me do this. You know what? Let's go. Hold on. So that's it? We're just gonna let them go? Yeah. Because unlike them, we have class. I swear I had no idea. Well, now you do. You've been touched by an angel, girl. Penelope, let's go. Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to today's dance review. I don't know about you, but this whole month is going to be so amazing because I am talking about my favorite movies. Now, for those who are new to my channel, my name is Tia Joy. Welcome. And to all of my subscribers, hey y'all! And all of those who joined, it's so great that you're part of this family because I guarantee you, you are not going to be disappointed in these dance reviews, especially what I got coming up next. Okay, so this whole month we are talking about Bring It On movies. And as you see, today's dance review is going to be awesome because we are talking about the first one, which is Bring It On. Now, before I get to this dance review, just a reminder, I am doing a giveaway this whole month, and it is $15 Starbucks gift card. So in order to be entered this giveaway, just follow the instructions, which is going to be in my bio. But one of these instructions that you need to do is subscribe. So for those who are new, go ahead and subscribe to this channel so that way you can also could be a step closer into that giveaway of that $50 Starbucks gift card. Okay, and also don't forget to hit that bell so that way you can be in the know when I upload a new video. So Bring It On, it came out in 2000 and it was directed by Peyton Reed. Now this movie, when it came out, I was so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, like to see the Toros and then the Clovers, and then of course seeing women of my color in this movie, and they have a lead role and it's a bunch of them as a squad. I was really excited about that, and you can't go wrong with Gabrielle Union or Black. Okay, so so this movie's about two squads, Toros and the Clovers, and Toros is led by Torrance, who is played by Kirsten Dunst, and she just got voted into being captain of the Toros, and she needs some more blood on the squad because one of her teammates got hurt. So Missy, who is played by Eliza Dushku, she ends up trying out. She really does gymnastics, but she saw cheerleading, so she was like, why not just try it? She does flip, so she did it. And when she starts to see that, these moves looks familiar, she gives Torrance a rude awakening and notices that some of her moves and the routines that they're doing are actually similar to another squad, who is the Clovers, led by Isis, played by Gabrielle Union, and she takes her to see their squad and see their cheerleading moves, and Torrance is like blown away, like mind blown, like oh my gosh. Big Red, who is played by Lindsay Sloan, all this time she's been stealing, calling the Toros championships, but you can't be a champion if you stealing routines. Okay, Torrance end up figuring out, okay, I'm cheer captain. There's no way that I'm going to continue our tradition as the Toros, but we're using somebody else's routine. So she gets challenged on what should you do as a captain. Do you continue to stick with the routines that are stolen, or do you take another route and you find a new identity of the Toros and do something different? So she has some friends along the way that she has challenges with, but at the same time, besides Missy, who got her back, she's like, you know what, I'm not trying to be part of stealing routines. She got some other people that she has to work with to get them to realize that, hey, we got to do something different. And I love the fact that Torrance was so open to new opportunities, new things, and new ideas. So we have Darcy, who's played by Tatiana Jolson. Sorry. We have Whitney and Courtney, and Whitney is played by Nicole Bilderback, and Courtney is played by Claire Cram. And them two, they're just like the best friends ever, but at the same time, they're just a little bit like peas in the pod. And they're kind of the ones that pretty much challenges Torrance. Then we have Casey, who's played by Renee Bell, and I love her. She's just so cute and adorable. You can tell she's not like everybody else, but she's like that Energizer girl, and I just love her. We have Jan, who's played by Nathan West, and that dude is just straight up a guy who's just, let's just say he loves women. And then we have Les, who's played by Huntley Rittler, and this guy's very more exploratory, but at the same time he's still a cool guy. And we have Aaron, who's played by Richard Hillman, and he is actually, this dude, he's just straight up a dork. I'm sorry, Torrance. Why did you choose him again? Because this dude was straight up a dork and weird at the same time. But Missy has a brother that Torrance pretty much has some eye candy for, and his name is Cliff Pantone. and he is played by Jesse Bradford. Oh my gosh, yo, I got the hiccups. Where did that come from? Yeah, I hope I can get through this whole thing without having hiccups the whole time. Clovers, we have Lagos, played by Shamari Fears. We have LaFred, who's played by Brandy Williams. And we have Janella P, who's played by Natina Reed. And it was great to see them in this movie because they were just like they just pretty much complimented what was going on with the whole situation between the Clovers. But me, I'm Team Clovers, as you guys can see. Let's go Clovers. Now I'm about to get into some of my favorite scenes in this movie, so here we go. My first favorite scene is the Clovers' first performance. This is the first time that they have competed in a cheerleading competition. See them come out. I know it was like a dream come true for them. I'm gonna get sorry y'all, I got the hiccups. I'm gonna get a little bit later into my lesson about why I'm just super excited about the fact that the Clovers come out and they make their mark here in the cheerleading competition. So their whole routine was so solid. Even though it was just an introduction, it was still a dope introduction. So I like the whole diagonal move that Gabrielle and the other guy does when they're in the center. Then I like the little gallop step, and they're like do do da do da do da do. Like they really were just like a completely different squad that just pretty much brought that sauce that the cheerleading competition need. They weren't like other squads. They just brought that sauce. I also like the timely flips. They were very timely with everything. Pretty much, I would say 80% of everybody on the squad could do some flips. So it was really cool to see the different angles and shapes that they were doing, like who's going at what time. So it was really cool to see that. I even liked Janella P when she was walking that stump. She was like, that girl walked with authority, okay? Like, I'm coming straight to you, then shimmy, 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 like this girl got like the whole bundle of attitude, like so fierce, all of them. I just love it. And I also like the 3 turns that cheerleading moves that they did in the back with the girls on top, the guys lifting the 3 girls in the air. The guys lifting the 3 girls in the air. I just love that whole routine in the back, and they just came out and dominated. And I just love the fact that the Torrance face, her whole first like, oh my gosh, like I even like when Darcy's and who was it, Darcy and Casey, and they saw the Clovers come. They're like, oh snap, we in trouble. Like competition has gotten real. Like we need to step up our game. So I love how intimidating they were, but at the same time, they knew who they were and they know what was going on, and they were confident, and they did the dang thing on that first competition. Now my second favorite scene that I absolutely loved in this movie was the Clovers finale. Yo, they tore that They tore the floor up, y'all. Like, bruh, they did not come to play. Okay, from the intro, like, they were not coming to play, like, at all. And I love the girls when they were part of, they're like, got spirit, yeah, got spirit, yeah, got what, boo, 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 do, like, let's go. Like, they just really owned it. And I love the pep talk that Isis gives the girls before they go on. She's like, it's just like we're back at the gym, just practicing. Like, it's like, she's like, these are just people. We were built for this. We were made for this. And I love the confidence that she had. So when they came out there, they killed it. And I love the multiple jumps that they had in the air. Like, oh, like I said, timely. Everything was just so, like, man. And then I love the sky view showing the girl when she was in the air, like, bang, bang, train, let me see you do that thing. I say that, boom, 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 like that with the arm, and then they do the V, and then they come up, man, up, let's go. And then I just love they go, you know, like, they was like, oh my gosh, like, can I be a Clover, please? I just, no, you know what, matter of fact, I am a Clover. You see this? I'm a Clover today. Because, like, I can feel what they're feeling. Like, the energy, everything was just on. Like, it was lit. It was like, oh, fire, man. And then I just like the final flip that the girl does. She's small, but she's powerful. And she's an amazing flipper. And I like how she did the flip thing. You can see her hands grabbed, and they grabbed her up, and they lift her up. And then, like, he's catching, like, let's go. Like, bruh. After that, it was a wrap. Like, they totally dominated. They totally won. It was over after that. I'm sorry. Like, I know the Toros was next, but East Compton, y'all killed it. Clovers, let's go. Like, can I just wear green, orange, and yellow forever? Because y'all killed it. They were champions right there. But as you can see, that's my second favorite scene. They killed it. So my last favorite scene in this movie is the Toros. Now I am going to sit here. I'm going to give props to the Toros because that when they came out, as I said before, Torrance was such an amazing captain. She was totally different from Big Red. I like how she saw an issue, and if Missy didn't introduce her to it, they would have been like, it's kind of crazy how it's almost like a little bit low-key how when they, you know, in the first time they started competing and they did spirit fingers, and how another team jacked, it's almost like they reap what they sow, because they were they're thinking that, okay, I'm going to come out here and I'm going to do something that, you know, original, something different, and then somebody else ends up stealing. It's like, now you understand how the Clovers felt when they were do routines in the gym and it's original, and then you have somebody come in and seeing your work and stealing it, and now they're performing it. Like, they were stuck. They didn't know what to do. Like, what can I do? And I just love the fact how they almost reaped that. It's like, see, I mean, you didn't know what to do, didn't you? Well, welcome to Clovers. But at least with the Clovers, they stepped up their game. They're like, you know what? We're going to take advantage of this opportunity to this cheerleading competition. And they did the dang thing. But for Torrance, I love the fact with this scene in particular, because it showed the Torrance, it showed the Toros, not the Torrance, because it's like the Toros, but it showed the Toros of what they could have been this whole time if they would have taken this route in the first place, which is changing it up, doing different styles, be original, and not stealing somebody else's routine. So for them to come out and them to do their own thing, have their own meaning of their school, of the Toros, and they're representing in their own way, uniquely with themselves and not stealing somebody else's identity. I love their routine. I love that they had so much combined in their routine. So I love the intro where they had the little tutting, which was dope. So aka, you know, cheerleading came from tutting, because they just like, yeah, like, let's go. Okay. And I liked how they did the guy did the jump in the center, and then when he did that, the girls did like a almost like a barrel turn on the floor with the leg coming out. I love that extension that they did, that whole shape. It was such a beautiful shape that they did. I also like the fighting scene that they did. It's almost like they were doing some, not kickboxing, but some like, I don't know, some karate type movements in there. And I love also the canon with the arm movements that they were doing and seeing like, as if I'm never gonna get y'all love again, like that whole combination, that was dope. And then they go in a circle. And then I also love the partner work, how they did some swing dancing, which was nice, and then the flip, so that was really different. Like, since when do you see cheerleaders doing some, you know, some swing dancing? Like, but they did it, and it was dope, and it was very timely, and it was on point. I also like the miming that they did, so you can really see the different styles in their routine, like I said before. And I like how everything flowed beautifully together. It wasn't awkward. And then I like the helicopter that they do in the air, which was really, really nice. And they had two of them, not just one. So they just did an amazing job, and you can tell that they felt good about what they were doing. They felt like a weight off their shoulders. They felt it was like a brand new team with a brand new leader, with a brand new identity and a brand new meaning to their name. And you can see it all in their face. They were so happy. They were so enjoyable. Unlike the first time when they went, they were like nervous because they were doing the same routine as somebody else. They were like, what do we do? But with this one, they were hecka confident in what they were doing. And they were a squad. They were a team. There was no person trying to like say who's better than what and who should be captain or nothing like that. They worked together. They really built that bond together, and it just was an amazing routine. The lesson that I learned is it's actually two of them. Two lessons that I learned in this movie. So the first lesson that I learned most definitely is it was a Cinderella story with the Clovers. The fact that for years, and I can relate so much because I completely understand when you're the underdog, when you're the person that get looked over, when you're the hidden jewel that is so amazing, is so talented, and you want people to see who you are, but or even if you come up with something and it's like, yeah, we're excited, and then someone, you know, sees that you got something, and then they pretty much steal your shine away. Like, I can understand that. So for the Clovers, that's why I said I get, you know, I can, like, I'll try not to get emotional, but I can understand what it's like to be in the dungeon and work so hard, and then finally and wondering like, when is my time, when can I come out and really prove to the world what we can do. And I love how Isis was letting them know, like, we've been great for years, but no one's seen our talent, no one's seen what we have to put to the table. And on top of that, you know, as them being a cheerleading squad, you can understand how it is expensive, you know, to, I guess, compete in these competitions, because they end up missing them registering and raising the money on time for them to be the competition. But one thing I absolutely love even the most is Pallete. I love Pallete, and she was played by Aloma Wright, and I love how she has her own TV show. She is like the woman who has her own station, and she does Wish Day. And I love the fact that she ends up blessing them and taking them to go to compete at the cheerleading competition. Was such a blessing. They didn't have to pay for anything. Everything was paid for. She pretty much granted their wish, and it just shows once the community gets involved, you can be unstoppable. And I like how she believed in what they had, and they wanted to show that we are so great. No, we don't have the funds, but if you can help us, I guarantee you won't disappoint. And they did. And I love how when you get to that point in that position of opportunity, and it was a perfect time. It was perfect timing. If they would have done it with Big Red, who knows how it would have happened. But everything was just aligned up perfectly for them to have that moment to, now it's time for us to do it. And Isis knew. She was like, you guarantee we're going to be at that competition, and you guarantee we're going to win. We're going to nationals. Like, Isis was for sure about it, and they sure did. And when she spoke what she wanted, everything aligned up, and I just loved that. And I liked how Torrance got out of the way. She was like, okay. And on top of that, which goes into my second lesson, Torrance was such a great leader, like I said before, because she was so open to new ideas and she wanted to compete against the best. She was like, I don't know why the Clovers isn't there. They need to be there. They're an amazing team. She even know. She was like, we need to compete against the best. And Janet was like, nah, that's a great thing that they're not there. She was like, heck no. Like, so we can get it easy? No, I want some real competition. And on top of that, we're about to go up in this competition and we're going to be originally us. And I don't want it to be easy. I want us to see how, like, who we are for real. Are we really that national championship, or are we just national because we are in the shadow of using the shadow of somebody else so we can look like we're national championships? Like, she wanted that challenge, and that's one thing I love about Torrance, of how kind she was. And even though Isis is like, I don't need your money, we got it ourselves, like, so what? So you can make it so once we get there, now you feel like you owe us, now you feel like it's like, nah, like, we got our own way, you already done enough, your squad's taking something from us, and now you want to pay our way there? Like, we got this, okay? And I just love how Isis' attitude is, and she was just not playing no games. But that's the lesson I learned, is just she was just a good captain, and to really challenge yourself. And sometimes the things that we think is going to get us where we need to be may not be that way, and sometimes we have to change it up. And I like how Torrance changed it up, and she didn't stick with the original. And I like how she saw what was wrong, and she admitted, she was like, this is wrong, and she changed it. Big Red hated her for it, but she was like, no, we need to do the right thing, and we need to be ourselves, and we don't need to be anybody else. So good job to you, Torrance. I got you. And I believe she really got it when, I know everyone loved to see when Isis and pretty much in the Clovers, they went to their football game, them mimicking and doing the same thing, and they realized, like, okay, yo, we gotta change it up. And even the crowd was like like, you guys got to do something different, because y'all can't be going to the regionals and you're busy taking somebody else's stuff. So those are the lessons that I've learned. All things work together when you get into alignment and speak great things, and I know God has all of that lined up. Once you give it to him and you put it out there, he aligns everything up with what you need. And I love how he did that for the Clovers, and I love how Torrance, she took ownership and made a change for her squad for the rest of the years of the Toros, and not just for this moment, but for the rest of of anybody else who wants to be a Toro. They know we're going to be original. We ain't going to steal nobody's stuff, okay? So amazing job to all of the dancers who are part of this movie. Awesome job. Amazing job to the choreographer, who is Anne Fletcher. Girl, you do your thing. Okay, I just love this girl. She's amazing. She also did Step Up, so let's go. Also a great job to Ray Jasper, who was the cheerleading choreographer. So you had some amazing routines in here. So amazing job to you. Awesome job to the Clovers choreography, who did their routines. And it is High Hat. I see it, girl. The Clovers routine was so legendary and dope, especially with birds calling here. There must be some clovers in the atmosphere. Like, you did an amazing job on the Clovers, okay? Like, I just want to, like, I just feel good. I'm a Clover, y'all. Today I'm a Clover. I don't care what it is say. I'm a Clover. I feel like a Clover. You did your thing, girl. So amazing job to you. But once again, amazing job to all the choreographers, and I will list every single one of them in my Dancers Hall of Fame. So if you see a name that you know, don't forget to look at them. Go to Instagram, go to Facebook, and just tag them. Tell them that you appreciate them. Tell them that thank you so much for being a part of this legendary movie, because if it wasn't for them, there wouldn't be all these other 5 Bring It On movies. So this movie was the stamp, even though, you know, others came around, but this one was the stamp that just set it off up and beyond. So amazing job. Don't forget to say congratulations to them. I upload a dance movie review every Tuesday and every Thursday. Remember, this whole month is the month of Bring It On. So that's all that I have for you guys all today. Don't forget to get involved in my giveaway, which is a $15 gift card to Starbucks. So participate in that, because you cannot go wrong with Starbucks. And so don't don't forget, everyone, to make some good choices. All right, bye.